Hello, internet friend. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Got my running crew back here, and we're about to go after the last glyph, the sunlight glyph. And the area we're going to be going to is actually the largest of the optional side quests, I guess you'd call it. And it's actually a pretty cool one. We're gonna take a look at it and try to figure out what it's supposed to be in the grand scheme of Legacy of Kain. So without further ado, let's get started. At ease, soldiers. Okay, so we're pretty much familiar with this place, but we gotta go down here. And here we are. So this place is the lighthouse. It is presumably a lighthouse that was used to burn vampires from a distance, but it's not clear. Obviously there's no voiceover or anything to let us know exactly what this is supposed to be, but we can make assumptions. Given that it's completely surrounded by mountain ranges, it probably wasn't very effective, but maybe that's just a result of Nosgoth deteriorating over all these years, that those mountain ranges have either built up or rock slides have accumulated around it. Or maybe it was intentionally done by the vampires. It's hard to say. Get this fast travel point going, just to make sure we have all the fast travel points ready to go. Alright. So here we are. And here we have a Terrellum, which we are going to be seeing a lot of in this area. For whatever reason, this is the area which they decided to stick all these guys. Always nice to get yourself some flame on your Soul Reaver. And just like the cutscene said, it looks like we gotta go up here. Some great ambient sound effects going on here with the wind and everything. Very cool. This area, by the way, was the demo for the game that would show up on PlayStation Magazine demo discs, and I think Pizza Hut gave out a demo disc. That's where I played this for the first time on. Camera was a little wonky there, but at least I hit him. Oh, we're just gonna have a little fun with the Flame Reaver here. Very nice. Probably should have held on to that weapon, though. Oh well. Nope. Silly with his little floppy ears. Waterfall's a nice touch. But I mean, this is a great area to showcase the game, and you have to wonder how early in the game's development this area was designed if they chose for this to be the demo. It is one of the cooler puzzles in the game. Really uses a lot of the skills you pick up throughout the game to be very effective. So we're going to start by going in here, having a look around. If you remember back in, it's probably the second episode, going through Malkaya's area, there was a similar kind of architecture with these pipes and the machinery. Still not clear where this machinery comes from, if it's built by vampires or humans. Most likely by humans. Vampires seem to have kind of a stagnating sort of aversion to technology. Okay, we have this big gear here. And we got you. Oh, jeez. Where are you at? All right, so we got this thing, and when we turn that, the gas turns on. But unfortunately, if it clicks back into place, it will eventually shut the gas off. So we've got to figure out a way to stop this gear. Kind of interesting. It makes me wonder if there's a reason other than video game puzzle design why that would be that way. It's very interesting to think about. There are some things coming up that do seem to follow a certain kind of logic. So as you can see, I've got this block here, and I can, if I wish, push it in right here, if need be. But the first thing I gotta do is get this thing fired up again. So now we gotta rush over before it's too late. There we go. And now the flames are on. Let's see where else we need to go. Sometimes I forget I can do that. He's not gonna come. You have this pyramid up here, but we won't be messing with that just yet. I don't think it knows that I'm here. Or I'm not close enough to it to suck it up. Either way. Yeah, just go everywhere but in my mouth. It is inevitable. You will be consumed by me. Thought I would have my soul Reaver back by now, but I guess not. Oh, here we go. Hey there, dude. Now we are in the inner works of the lighthouse. We gotta get this thing turning. It's like a Samurai Jack episode. And, you know, I could just go down these stairs like a chump, but I'm not a chump. Where you at? There you are, fool. So yes, the basic idea is I gotta get all this stuff going. I'll leave that here. Switch over to the spectral realm. Ah, you jerk. Are any torches or weapons around? Nope. I'm sure there's a weapon around here somewhere. Just ignore him for now. Like I said, this area is big. Okay, so we got a water wheel with no water. You probably guess what we have to do. And this cool bellows up here, which I always thought was awesome. We got a couple of... yank this pipe out of the wall. Ah, okay. So I've just got to fix this pipe to this pipe using the power of video game logic. Because everybody knows that these pipes probably would leak a whole heck of a lot if I did this in real life, but video games. Okay, that should be good. All right, so we've got the devices up and working. We got the gas lit, so there's light coming out of the lighthouse. Now we just gotta get outside. Okay. No, 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 no. There we go. You hear that machinery grinding. Reminds me of Portal. You know, toward the end of Portal when you're just hanging out around all that rusty metal and raw machinery. Alright, now we do have to climb it like a sucker. And we're gonna have to fight some fools on the way up. Lost my weapon. That's alright, though. So as you can see, the light briefly touches that Illuminati triangle up there. So we need to go over there and see what's going on. And just ignore this guy. Bye. Oh, come on. Alright. It's time to use some of our new toys. I think I pretty much showed off all of these. Fire's the most useful. Because it actually kills them. Just for when we get outside. So here we can see that it's doing some Indiana Jones stuff here. With the light beam coming in. Very cool. You can see the ground separate just a little bit every time it touches that. Now, you could probably spend hours trying to figure out, well, how do I get the lighthouse to stop moving in just the right spot to open this up, but you don't actually need to do that, and I'll show you why. I'm going to set this down here because we're going to lose it anyways. We just have to wait. Remember what I said about time stopping when you get to the spectral realm? Well, it's a fun trick. All right. So we're gonna need to get some life back before we... So that's interesting. Very much looks like the Nazca lines. And And it's purple for some reason. That's so weird. Let's get back to the physical realm and we'll look around at some of this stuff. So as you can see, there's lots of triangular symbols here. I made the joke about the Illuminati, but honestly, triangles are very common in lots of symbology, alchemy, and oh, this symbol here looks like the Triforce, but the Triforce was also based on a Japanese royal house symbol. So, and then of course we have the spiral here, very much a running theme in Legacy of Kain. The idea of a time spiral is something that is an interesting thing that storytellers like to play around with, and the storytellers who made this game are no exception. The idea that history runs on cycles, that it isn't merely history repeating itself, but doubling back on itself as it flows outward or inward, depending on your philosophy. Oh man, these guys take a lot more damage. Alright, so that whole thing didn't take much time at all. Sort of hard to tell with these ones, but these guys in the red, they're the elder versions of Terellum, and the ones wearing kind of the bondage gear are the younger ones that are sensitive to sunlight, which is why you see them indoors most of the time. Our good buddy Moloch, the guy who gave us the telepathic ability, he was one of the elder ones. Oh, jeez, you... Alright then. Well, I would call it an episode right there, but I think we'll go on some life gem hunting. Just find some of the easier ones to find. At least get my life spiral up one more time. There are a couple more in the game. Again, I don't know if I'm just gonna go searching for them. It's not really necessary to beat the game. And while these glyph puzzles are a lot of fun, even if the reward isn't all that rewarding, the life pieces really aren't that necessary. But we'll go ahead and find a couple of them. We'll show you where they are. First, I need to get down from here. So I think we'll start by finding one that we could have gotten much sooner in the game. My harpoon! Oh, I love my harpoon. So like I said, this guy has been staring at us. If it was a snake, it would have bit us. And it's been there the whole time, and I haven't bothered to get it, because like I said, these life pieces aren't as necessary to beat the game. All right. All right, so for the next two, we're going to snag. All right, so this first one is right here. Another one that would have bit us if it was a snake. So now we are back here. Alright, we're gonna have to make our way back up there. Alright, so we made it back up to the top here. And if you remember way back when we came here, all those episodes ago, I mentioned that there was a handy dandy target on that block over there. I think you could probably guess what we need to do with it. There we go. That's all we gotta do. Well, we've got all the glyphs, and we've got all the life bars that we can get so far. I think we're going to call this an episode. Next time, we're going to go ahead and face off against our brother Dumas. I hope you've been enjoying these past episodes. I hope they haven't been too boring for you, but the reward is that now we have all of these filled in. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and fire these off one at a time, just to show them off. So here goes. So there's the force one. That was the earthquake one. Sound. Very cool. Water. Fire. Fire is definitely my favorite. And finally, sunlight. Woo! Very flashy. Alright, well, thank you for joining me. I've drained all of my magic. Thank you for joining me. Until next time, keep reaving them souls, and, you know, just be cool, you know? Be cool. Alright, bye.